Arkansas beats Tennessee, shocks Tennessee, and takes down a top 5 opponent in the Volunteers in Arkansas this weekend. What a game. You know, it's interesting. All week this week, I did not pick Arkansas to win. Did not. Thought Tennessee would find a way. But it's interesting. All week, I told Tennessee people who were in our comments on Rufino Joe Show or AYS, oh, Blake, Tennessee is going to blow out Arkansas. They have too many turnovers. We're going to go in there and blow them out. I said, like Lee Corso, not so fast, my friend. You better go into Fayetteville ready for a dogfight, because if you're not and they eliminate turnovers, you're in deep trouble, and that's what Arkansas did. Let's start off with Arkansas. Taylen Green played a really good football game. Didn't do anything special in reference to touchdowns. He didn't get the gaudy stats. Taylen Green took care of the football. When you do that and you have the playmaking ability like he does, you are going to win football games. Guys, the biggest reason why Arkansas lost to Oklahoma State, turnovers. Biggest reason why they almost lost to Auburn, turnovers. I mean, that is the reason why they lost to A&M. Bad mistakes, turnovers. If they could eliminate that, they are one of the better teams in the SEC when you look at them and how they do things. That's what they did against Tennessee. Taylen Green had some outright exceptional throws yesterday. Most of them going to Armstrong, the wide receiver, who had 9 catches, 132 yards. You know, look, this Tennessee secondary had not been tested until Arkansas. Earlier in the week, I had said this about, I thought that the biggest matchup or the toughest matchup that Tennessee had seen all year was Arkansas. We talked about it literally every single time that this game came up, and they proved it. That secondary had not been tested, meaning Tennessee's. And Austin Armstrong, Satania, Haas, the tight end early in the game, they were making plays in space against a secondary that, quite honestly, a lot of people thought might have been flawed, and they were. This is what happens when you take care of the football. This is what Arkansas can be. Some of the throws that Taylen Green made to Armstrong and man-to-man coverage, and some of the throws that he made on third down, were very elite throws, very elite decisions. And it was why you were able to stay in the game. You know, I think about the opening drive as an example. The opening drive, I know that Arkansas only got 3 points. But Arkansas had the ball for 9 minutes. 9 minutes. Is any of this in this show becoming a theme? In case you're just watching the clip video, same thing that Vandy did to Alabama. They kept the ball away from him. But a 9-minute opening drive, you were able to get 3. Defensively, you were exceptional in the first half. Outright exceptional. You gave up nothing. The front 7, the linebacking core, you know, a lot of people thought that the linebacking core might be a problem early in the year. Exceptional game. Now, Dylan Sampson got on you in the second half, and it's something that you're going to have to fix. But I look at this. Arkansas leaned on them, offense and defensive lines combined. That 9-minute opening drive, the first half, I mean, guys, you gave up 0 points to Tennessee. If I would have told you in the beginning of the week that Arkansas versus Tennessee, there was going to be a half that Tennessee scored no points. No points. They were going to get remotely shut down. What would you have said? Did Nico get hurt? Did something happen? Did a crater come down from space? Like Armageddon? And is the planet been wiped out? Like what's going on here? Defensively, the first half, Arkansas put on a clinic. They outcoached Tennessee. They sent different pressures. They were able to send 4. Landon Jackson had one of his best games of the season, if not the best game of the season, and you were able to stop him. But the thing for me in this game, when I look at it, Taylor Green outplayed Nico Imalava. Let's look at the passing game. Arkansas had 297 yards passing to Tennessee's 158. The Arkansas secondary had an answer. Now, did Nico miss a lot of throws? Yes, he did. Nico cannot push the ball down the field. That is their biggest problem right now. And teams are going to continue to play one high on you, just like Arkansas did, until you can prove that you can hit something deep. But in the matchup of two very gifted quarterbacks, Taylor Green, even though he got knocked out of the game and Singleton had to come in, Taylor Green is what won you the football game. Now, Singleton, the quarterback for Arkansas, had to come in after the hyperextended knee of Taylor Green. Earlier, somebody said in the show that it might be a sprained MCL. But 2 of 3, 31 yards, 4 rushes, 12 yards, and a touchdown. He led you down the field to score when you needed it. I thought Tennessee in the second half looked gassed, that they did not have the depth maybe that we originally thought that they had. And the Hogs called, man. The Hogs called. Now, they let you score in the fourth quarter. That's fine. It was what it was. But Arkansas out-physicaled Tennessee. Let me move to Tennessee here for just a moment because I want to talk about them. I thought Josh Heupel got a little too conservative, and he got away from what was winning him the game, what was getting him back in the game. 14-3, when you look back at it, Tennessee was up 14-3. They had scored nothing in the first half. They come back, they get 2 touchdowns. Dylan Sampson had 22 carries, 138 yards, and 2 scores. You got to keep feeding him because Nico did not have a good second half. He didn't have a good game. Nico went 17 of 29, 158 yards, 11 rushes, 17 yards. I saw our good buddy Jake Crane from Crane & Company bring this up, and I agree with him. I feel like Nico's thinking too much instead of playing. He's thinking too much inside the system and not playing. Why you're being conservative, I understand, but getting away from Sampson, getting away from that running game, you could have opened that game wide open. You go up 14-3, and Arkansas responds right back and punches you in the mouth, tests your secondary gets beat. What a lot of people thought was a really good defense, and that I had told you all week had not been tested. Because a lot of you Tennessee fans came at me this week saying Blake's an idiot. No, Blake's not an idiot. Blake just knows that Oklahoma had no shot offensively to score on you, and that is why they were able to beat you. But Josh is going to have to find, or Coach Heupel is going to have to find a way to get Nico a little bit better in processing things, because right now he's not processing things hardly at all at an effective rate. He's thinking way too much. And you got away from the running game. Why Sampson was not getting featured more in the second half is beyond me. He broke the long run. Then he gets the second touchdown. You're up 14-3. Then Nico's still throwing the football in the second half. I know that you can't be one-dimensional, but if the one dimension is winning you the football game, maybe you might want to be one-dimensional. Tennessee does not have a good passing attack right now. I think they have the weapons. I think Nico's going to be a really good quarterback, but right now, for what it's worth, right now, they can't force the ball down the field. Maybe they need to get Nico more in the running game, but throwing the deep ball, he is missing too much. And Arkansas prevailed on that. Last thing before we move on here, and I'll say this about Arkansas. When they were down 14-3, they attacked Tennessee through the air. They exposed Tennessee's secondary. Armstrong had 9 catches. Armstrong had 9 catches for 132 yards. That kid's a baller. They went up against him in man-to-man coverage multiple times. Idiot. Outright idiot. Why they were going up against him in man-to-man coverage and while he was still beating them is dumb. And if you're Arkansas, this is what you can look like. You can beat teams like this if you don't turn the ball over. It's been the bad decision-making by Arkansas that has limited him. So the number 4 team goes down. I will say this: Tennessee has been very hit or miss for me. You know, the 2 really good opponents that they played, Oklahoma and Arkansas. Offensively, they've been kind of lackluster outside of running the football. Nico just is thinking way too much. They are not giving him throws down the field that can be easy.